The goal of film is to be so fascinated with life that you want to capture it. The result of film is being aware that you can't capture it, but trying your damnedest anyway.
Would you let Mothman hit it?
It's about creating a world, putting yourself in that world, noticing the things that make you feel something, and making something that makes other people feel something, making something that makes other people fascinated with life.
The world's probably gonna end anyway. Fuck shit up.
It's about putting something in the world, offering something, creating something, recreating what's already there. The goal of film is to be curious about the world. Film is about capturing normalcy, the little moments. It's about getting that footage of creamer swirling in the coffee, the raindrops on the window, the stickers on a laptop, the post-it notes on an office desk. When you show an apartment, you show enough detail to make people say, hey, that looks just like my crappy little apartment. And it doesn't matter if it's documentary, fiction, sci-fi, there's details everywhere. And capturing the little things that might not seem important will put that whole world together. Think about the details in your world. Half-empty coffee cups around the apartment, the books on your shelves, the unfolded clothes on your bed, the weird smell that's been coming from your oven for a couple of days, even the sound of your air conditioning. These all make up your world. And when you notice these details in your life, you bring them into your filmmaking. Film is about capturing vulnerability. The little moments you may not want to capture because you just want to keep them close to you. You know, like when you're at a potluck at your friend's house and everyone is telling all these fascinating stories and you're like taking it all in, or like when you're driving around with the windows down and your friends are all yelling and screaming and you just want to hold on to that moment forever. Like when you have a moment, you just feel a whole lot and you want to take out your phone and hit record, but that might be sort of awkward, so you just sit there and you hold on to that moment. You just sit back and you think, holy shit, this is my life. This is my world. It's about finding the moments that you relive when your yoga instructor tells you to find a peaceful place. It's about recreating those moments to reveal fragility. And when you create a world, you place that fragility in it so that it might translate. Film is about capturing conversations. It's about the careful inspections of the conversations you have and the conversations you witness, and finding out how people speak, how people tell stories, what kind of stories they want to tell, what your grandparents say at family dinner, what your friends say drunk on a Saturday night when you're the designated driver, and holy shit, that's hilarious. Just listen to people. People talking about whatever they talk about. Have you ever just had like a super weird conversation with someone? You're like, Jesus Christ, what are they even saying? Like when you're working the drive-thru and some customer tells you that she like steals traffic signs and you're like, I don't know how to respond. Write that shit down. Write down what you find funny. Try to, at least. You know, it's hard to write a script when you don't know how people talk. When you don't know what they think is funny or what turns a conversation. You need to talk about life with people to communicate life, and this, I think, is a cornerstone of filmmaking, and a huge part of the reason why writing is excruciatingly difficult. We can't emulate conversation. We can't tell a story on paper the way we would tell a story to a friend. So, to combat this, tell a story to a friend instead, move on from there. Film is about capturing the absurd, the weird shit. The moments that happen right after your battery dies at a concert and the guitarist jumps off an amp into the crowd and you think, God damn it, I wish I got that on camera. Like when you go to a thrift store and you find something spectacular and you just think to yourself, well, hey, I might as well buy it because I'll never see something like it again. It's about finding those moments and recreating them, letting people see what you see and letting them experience what you experience. Film is about the things that you write down when you're out of your mind, whether you're inebriated or tired or you're just not sure what's going on and you have a thought and you pull out the little notes app in your phone and you just start typing random bullshit. You just hope it makes sense later. It's about finding out what's interesting to you, finding out what makes a story worth telling. In order for you to know what makes a story worth telling, you have to figure out what stories matter to you, what you want the world to tell you, and what you want to tell the world, and that shit's hard. But then, once you think you've figured out how to capture the vulnerability and the absurdity of life, you make film happen. With a bunch of technical stuff that I'll learn about eventually. But you get to know the people who do know about the technical stuff, and you pick some pals to help you, and you make something. And then people watch it on their little screens and they tell you what they think. And you do the whole thing all over again, choosing new moments, maybe longer moments, maybe more challenging moments, maybe simpler moments, maybe moments that dig up your past, maybe moments that dig up someone else's past, maybe moments based on no one's past. Who cares? It's art.
Let me tell you something.
Rules to filmmaking. 1. Notice things. 2. Write stuff down. 3. Work with kind people. 4. Make the damn thing. 5. Don't be pretentious. The goal of film is to be so fascinated with life that you want to capture it. The result of film is being aware that you can't capture it, but trying your damnedest anyway.